Welcome back to Boxelder Breakdown, where we take complicated tax concepts and break it down. I'm Malia, your host, and I'm here with Tom Conradt, the lead tax attorney from Boxelder Consulting.
Thank you for having me.
We are going to talk about the government shutdown. So, if the government shuts down, does that mean I don't have to pay taxes?
No, I think at some point we'll get things back up and running here soon. Unless we're talking about a Mad Max level event of, total catastrophe and government shutdown. That's not going to happen. The government will continue to need revenue, and that means they're going to need an internal revenue service in order to collect.
Okay, so having the government be shut down doesn't necessarily mean there's a tax holiday or I get more of an excuse to delay paying my taxes.
No tax holiday. And what we're telling our clients that have tax debt, haven't filed in several years, I think the understandable thing to do is go, oh, great, I have more time to continue to delay this. Like, what a great break. But really, our clients that are successful in fixing this problem that's been lingering for years and years and years is not say, oh, this buys me another month. It's this buys me a month to act and get out ahead of this time. So there's everything that we can still do for your case if you owe or if you have missing tax returns. We can still do all of our historical bookkeeping services. We can still file your tax returns. I can still communicate in a limited way with the IRS right now. Why not take that opportunity to act? This is the same thing we said in the 2019 shutdown, and we had a number of successful cases that had kind of a free 30-day runway to get started because they said, you know what, I'm going to use this opportunity for me. I'm going to put this thing behind me once and for all. And really what I hear time and time and time again is it's that first phone call. That's the hardest part. Once you've made that first phone call and you get signed up with us, everything from that point is manageable because you have a tax team behind you with decades and decades of experience. We do this every single day. And now when you have a team, and I always tell my clients, like, they have a team of bureaucrats and now you have a team of bureaucrats. It's not just you fighting the government on your own. I typically see a huge sense of relief and a feeling of agency and control over our clients just when they get started with us.
Okay. So if I have a refund coming, does that mean it's going to take longer?
Yes. On terms of a refund, that's the kind of like intricate, kind of wrench in the works things that are slowing things down. The processing of returns are slowed down. We're talking now, we're about a month into it and pretty much most of the IRS is furloughed. So those little things that, people take for granted are now going to take a while, and will actually take a little while to get turned back on. It's not like turning on a light switch. You have to give them time, this giant bureaucracy that they are, to get things back up and running again.
So what about audits? Are those still happening?
If you have been audited, that audit is still happening. It's likely on hold if your examiner is, off, essentially furloughed. But it will come back. So at some point, as soon as the government turns back on, that will come back to you and you will still be under audit. Or a lot of times I've seen they've made decisions prior to being furloughed. So the ball may be moving forward in some other capacity on your audit, whether you know it or not. Another great reason to call us and let us run our case investigation and see what's going on.
Okay, so bottom line, I still have to pay.
No.
All businesses still have to pay their taxes. It just may take a little bit longer than we're expecting.
Still got to make estimated tax payments. Still got to file proper returns. For example, payroll tax returns for third quarter were due on Friday. They were due on Halloween. You needed to electronically file those or paper file those by that date. So it's understandably confusing where we are, and we're in a unique situation right now. But we do expect things to get back up and running here hopefully soon. And at that time, you don't want to be behind even further. So we're encouraging people to act now.
Of course. Well, thank you so much, Tom. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.